Okay, I gotta update the other VODs. Okay, this goes up. This goes up. This goes up. This gets deafened. And this goes on screen. Botrix has not rejoined the chat yet, so your messages aren't being pushed to the screen. Now Botrix has joined the chat. It's going to show us some hands. Make sure we're all functioning. And there we go. No, I did not see the Xbox showcase because I streamed through it. In fact, at the beginning of today's Yappin', I talked about exactly how I'm going to be covering the things that I haven't watched yet. But no, I did not watch the Xbox showcase. Not yet. That'll be for me to rebroadcast at another date. Let's get the top chat out of the way, because I don't want them spoiling what's being done. Also, woo! I wonder if it'll play the other sound effect now. Stale in the cookie, but fresh in the cream. For some reason it's not. I need to update that. Because we're going to be starting a little bit from behind, but that's okay. We're just going to catch up using 1.5 or 2 times to catch up to the rest of the chat. Right.
Welcome everyone to the PC Gaming Show pre-show. I am Frankie Morgan and I am so excited this year because not only do we have a ton of world premieres and game trailers to show you, but we're also devoting this show to something that makes all these awesome games possible: hardware. That's right. For the past decade, we've been bringing you exciting previews of the hottest upcoming PC games, and this year we're also doing our first ever deep dive into the glorious, sparkling PC hardware that makes them run. Throughout the pre-show, we'll be talking with experts about the latest in hardware innovations and trends. And as you can see from my overalls and the workshop I'm sat in, we're going to be rolling up our sleeves and building something very special during today's show too. And who knows, you might learn a little something new for the next time you build your own PC. But before we get into all that hardware, here's a different sort of hardware for you to check out. Take a look at what's coming up: the wholesome shopkeeping sim, Trash Goblin.
In this wholesome shopkeeping game, you're an orphan goblin trying to start a business. But you're not doing it alone. Say hi to Amy. They're an antique dealer and your self-appointed guardian/business partner. And this is Auntie Belle. She's
Oh my god. Another one? We just got done with Merchants of Rosewall. God damn it. Another cozy game. Another cozy game.
Many cozy games. Someone kill me, please, in Minecraft.
He's a dear friend of your late parents and your other guardian. They don't exactly see eye to eye. Eamon thinks of himself as an entrepreneur. Auntie says that's just fancy talk for criminal. You might wonder how much trouble you can get into with old furniture, but Eamon's got a knack for it. Alongside that whole situation, you've got a business to run. Helping out colourful customers like Donovan and his peculiar nesting needs, or clumsy Maximus Redwire, desperately trying to impress her new boss, or Romeo and their extensive and frankly exhausting romantic adventures. But you're your own boss. Decorate, invest in your tools, expand your shop, travel a little, all at your own pace. The fate of the city can wait. Trash Goblin, out now.
One goblin's trash is another goblin's treasure. That's a famous saying in the goblin community, along with goblins speaking louder than words, and don't put all your eggs in one goblin. Trash Goblin 1.0 is out right now. Next up, we're going to be talking about a couple of the biggest PC gaming innovations of the past few years. But to do that, we're going to need a little help from some expert witnesses. As a streamer and videographer, breakthrough technology like DLSS and FSR are absolutely essential.
You're not about to convince me that this shit is the way of the future. What it should be
No.
what should be the way of the future is standardizing that every computer start getting a 2 terabyte SSD hard drive for them to have for both the material that needs to be on C++ and the material that then allows them to upload it directly to their Steam library. And then put that data on that disk with the save system. Period. Anything that gets loaded into the background app data roaming hardware for Steam for the common distribution material that is relevant to the game, which is saved to your account, which is how they are able to retain the memory of what you've done with your account, should be transferable and uploadable with console hardware directly inside of the hard drive as they sell them out, and it should be as small as $25. 2 terabytes, $25. Basic standard. Anything above that, $5 increase. When it goes to fucking 10 terabytes, $50-ish. I don't know. Easy to install, plug and play, transferable even. So if a person wants to go back and forth between having one that's for only streaming video games and it's all of the regular trash that's on Twitch, that's a hard drive. Another one that is rotating video games as a variety streamer, if your name's Kill Carnage, they can have that too. They can play the Blueprints, they can play Dark Ages, and then they can swap to playing whatever cozy game they're playing or whatever game their audience crowdsources them to play. Or the 5,000 games that have way too much time and way too much goddamn space for their always online, always live updates. Fine. You're not about to convince me about the SSL, and you're not going to get me on the case of FSR. Not happening. It's not fucking happening.
Items for my day-to-day.
DLSS, FSR, and XeSS, like, they're all doing similar things, which is kind of reducing load on your computer and still retaining some levels of image quality as, like, super samplers. I think it's super exciting. Basically, it just
Lies!
seemingly for free.
Being able to push my setup to its limits whilst also
Lies,
maintaining
Liza
high
Minnelli.
quality while streaming allows me to continue to being my best without having to sacrifice performance.
It seems like magic on first appearance, but when you dig into the details, there's a lot more going on under the hood.
It's also important that I'm able to jump from game to game without worrying too much about drops in quality or putting unnecessary strain on my PC. This is especially useful with new gen games. Whether I'm
Pause. You know what would also help that? If you stop making every goddamn game into a fucking hardware bloat. You don't need all that data, bro. You don't need all that data. You do not need all that data. It is not necessary. That's why they are
But Carl, optimization is hard.
If it's hard, then fucking make it better. That's all they gotta do. I hate it. I hate them for this. I hate them all. They physically hurt me. They hurt me physically. They personally hurt me. Anyways. What even intimation of DSS are we at now? Is it DSS 3?
Don't know.
looking to dodge my opponent's crushing blow in Clear Obscure, or plowing through the hordes in Doom Eternal, it's reassuring to know that I've got the hardware side of things covered.
With like new gen games coming out, like Monster Hunter Wilds, they had support for frame generation, which is a part of DLSS. So you can render it in a smaller thing, use a super sampler, and then because that frame time's choppy, because it's demanding on a CPU, frame generation can help kind of smooth over those bits.
So what he actually said there was AI-generated frames, not real frames, to make your gameplay look prettier, instead of a frame skip that happens because your computer can't render it or because it's rendering it too fast. Upscaling, downscaling, the kind of shit that's been a problem with Team Red, Team Blue, and Team Green for the last 10 years. But it only has really cracked through as they started using things like NVIDIA, GeForce, and GE Experience to get a better hardware feature out of concepts. This is basically what was plaguing us because of our frames on Monster Hunter Wilds when we were first playing between the OBT and when we got the game physically in our hands. This shouldn't matter if you're willing to do your job. But you're not willing to do your job. So then you throw it at the feet of everybody who doesn't have the money to even know what it is, let alone to be involved in it. So, to answer your question, Exequester, it's basically frame generation AI software that they're going through and that they're currently talking about. They're super concerned with a type of frameware that allows for us to play video games in such a way where your system, if it's playing on all the ultra-high settings, because that's the caveat here, ultra-high settings, graphical fidelity, see an ant land on the crevice of a cheek of an ass hair. When you're running all those settings at those high qualities, you start losing frames. So they want to bring in AI generation to replace those frames to allow for a smoother experience, despite the fact that the heavy load is it's attempting to solve a problem that isn't going to solve the solution. They're treating it as a symptom instead of actually dealing with the actual problem. You want to solve the problem, you actually need to cut down on the hardware bloat and optimize the fucking video games. They're not going to do that, though. So, I find it very curious they're trying to sell you on this idea early in the show.
It's given you more room to make your games run and look better while not increasing your performance impact. It allows you to get more out of your hardware.
As games get more demanding, we demand more from them, especially when it comes to visuals. And when it comes to gaming monitors, we love nothing more than a good OLED with lightning fast response times and infinite contrast. For more, keep your eyes on the screen as we monitor the opinions of a couple of OLED experts.
OLED really does feel like a quantum leap forward in terms of the image quality you can expect from a really high-end monitor. And that's not to say they don't have caveats.
So are they just trying to sell us on trying to buy new consoles and buy new fucking hardware while watching the show for shit we don't need?
Sounds like it.
Come on. Only the fucking normie's gonna fall for this. You don't need my money. You can barely sell me video games I want to play. I'm not going to you for my advice on hardware upgrades. Fuck you.
But they are essentially the thing to aim for now. If you're building a high-end rig and you're thinking about what monitors to get next, really, if you're prepared to spend a fair bit of cash, and a lot of gamers are, you're looking at OLED monitors.
From pixel response time, color range, latency, refresh rates, depth, getting proper blacks, they are simply objectively better, and you'll notice a huge step up if you upgrade to one from a sort of more traditional VA or TN or IPS panel.
And they're getting faster and faster as well, which makes them a good shout for competitive gaming, or really any sort of gaming at this point.
The big blockbusters that have enormous graphical fidelity targets and sort of ambitions like Cyberpunk 2077 and Ghost of Tsushima, they don't look any better than when they're on an OLED screen. But it goes even murkier games like the Resident Evil series, Dead Space Remake. The HDR benefits you can get from an OLED monitor on those games can be exquisite.
I'm into my milsim, so Grey Zone Warfare as well, which is a stunning Unreal Engine 5 looking game, but it also requires some good twitch reactions. Anything where I really need that quick twitch response, OLED tends to be better at it, as well as looking the best at the same time. If you're looking for best of the best, OLED's where it's at.
But what if I'm not a fucking competitive esports player and I just want to play casually? Why would I need to have OLED then? Can't I just get a normal monitor like the one that I spent $200 for that should probably be priced maybe 60% less, so closer to $40? Shouldn't a peripheral, regardless of however large it is, not be an overhead cost that requires us to factor it into the cost of gaming in that way? That'd be the argument I would like to hear. Because the reason I don't buy a second monitor is because it costs too goddamn much. And I don't have space to put it. Let alone mount it.
Pretty much the same.
If getting an extra monitor meant $20 going to Home Depot to possibly get a couple of tools I might be missing, and then everything came in the kit to mount it on the wall, so that whenever I want to look at chat, I can look over to the top right, where my shelf used to be, where, because it was shoddily built, that shelf broke, then we're talking. Like, come up with methods that allow me to customize my PC experience. Come up with methods that allow me to take things off my desk so I have more sitting space, rather than having to deal with a stand-up monitor. Because that's still fine. You know, plug it in, plug it out. Easy methods of constructing a setup so I can get it rigged up in less than an hour. Run all my tests, do my shit. But, I'm not gonna fucking give you the space to try and sell me on OLED. Because you already tried that with the consoles. In fact, we have a timeline of you guys trying to do it with Switch. First, the Switch came out. Then you had the Switch Lite. Then you had the OLED edition, which you kept trying to sell was supposed to be Switch 2. Then you actually came out with the Switch 2. If I don't have $500 for a luxury brick, what makes you think I'm going to have $200 for another monitor that doesn't need to be the top of the line and could be a $40 fucking rummage sale at a thrift store if I can find something at the thrift store to even install it with anyways? I'm more likely to find something valuable going down to Goodwill than I would be going into Best Buy. And they won't necessarily fucking try to swindle me into upgrading my package and then getting an additional tie-in deal for an extended warranty with Geek Squad. Because there won't even be a promise that you'll support my product by then. Hell, you've already abandoned Windows 10 to try and push Windows 11. What if there's an issue with the firmware inside of my my driver? It doesn't work with that installation anymore. Who's going to solve my problem when getting a new monitor ends up breaking my fucking PC and I gotta repair it? Not for it. I'm super not for it.
That is some great info on OLED monitors. You know what monitor I'm using the most these days? A baby monitor. Because I'm a mum.
We don't care! We do not care! We know you were pregnant! We don't care!
Nope. Nothing? Wow, that's proud. How about this one? What did the monitor say when it got knocked onto the floor?
I'd probably skip through this until it starts because
There you go.
it's just gay improv.
Ugh. Let's get to the next presentation. Ah, yes, they covered this. Whiskerwood.
Now, cats versus mice. Here's a Whiskerwood.
So, furry civilization. Okay. And this is the cozy game that we've all heard about like 50 billion times by now.
I'm over it. I'm over cozy games. Don't care.
Throwing everything in a cozy van and going on an open world road trip with your friends? Sign me up for Outbound. Oh, hey. Looks like we're getting a call from PC.
Oh my god.
I hate it.
Forza Horizon. Let's see. This should just be a fucking clip show now.
So I would say, before we had a focus on feel and sound,
Nope,
we still
we're
have that
still
Hall effect,
talking.
but now we have something that's definitively, this is for gaming performance. There's all kinds of games that benefit from Hall effects. The main ones would be competitive shooters, competitive FPS games, the Counter-Strikes and the Valorants and racing games.
So the games that people don't play actively because they don't want to be in that environment that involves them being anywhere near a mobile player. Okay. Skip, because it's more sketches. Skip.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's cute,
The
right?
capybara game looks kind of cute. He's just a little fucking goober.
So what you're saying is that you're over the annoying kind of cozy games?
I'm not saying I'm gonna play it, but it's cute. But that's because there's a joke about this house being a rodent house. Not like we have rodents, but we like rodents like trash pandas and capybaras and shit like that.
I see you, military Carl. That is a joke. She's staring daggers at me through the screen chat. She's gonna kill me in my sleep.
I'm not paying attention.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2025. My name is Sean Day9Plot, and once again, I'm
Millie Gling!
trailers, previews, and world-exclusive first looks at what's ahead in the world of PC gaming. But even more importantly, I'm delighted to be joined again by the co-host with the most, Mika Burton.
Thank you, Sean. It is great to be back on the PC Gaming Show, especially since we're
No, she just looks like her. Wow, your face is not bad fucking face line.
up something extra special this year. As you can see, Sean and I are broadcasting today's show from a crucible of clandestine accoutrement.
Oh, that's right. Here in our high-tech hardware workshop, we assemble some of the finest PC gadgetry for some of the world's smoothest secret operatives. You know where all the spies get all the
I don't care. Give me to the games.
So they're obviously trying to set up First Light. I feel like they are.
Probably.
Dahlia, I know you're nervous about going home, but you're going to be fine. We don't know the state of the crisis. A job's a job, right?
Okay, it's a builder video game.
Yeah. Don't get stuck back in.
It might be an autism simulator.
I think this would be an autism simulator. I think this is the Carl game.
Remember, D, it's just a job.
Ambrosia. Team Twin Stick. 4-man Team Twin Stick. Far, far west. Wishlist now. Sign up for the playtest now. Well, at least been sticking to the, if we're gonna release something, make sure you have a playtest immediately.
The Sword Coast. Neverwinter. All these places will be consumed.
Oh God.
They call you the shard bearer, a piece of gift laid within you.
It's the new enhanced editions. Okay, so
Bring in the accused.
they're bringing in the enhanced edition. It's probably being produced by Beamdog. I don't know if it's gonna be good. I have to find out if they put Beamdog Studios at credits here. No.
I don't know what's going on with your Discord, but it's choppy as fuck on my end.
I don't know. It might have been my internet possibly trying to crash, but it didn't. But I don't know. Whoever's
Neverwinter Nights 2.
Yeah, it's Neverwinter Nights 2 enhanced. I don't think it's the same company because Asper Media doesn't seem to be related to Beamdog. Perhaps they had Beamdog working specifically on Icewind Dale and a couple of the other ones like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, but it looks like it's going to be given the same treatment. It's a full game that includes all the expansions, but it's probably going to be running in 5e. It's going to be playing in the 5th edition of 5e. So, 5e expansion E. More than likely, because they're not going to remake it in the old dice system. Not at all. So, welcome, replacement for Baldur's Gate number 2. Or is it 4? I can't tell how many things have been out here now. Like, you've got Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. You obviously have all the games that exist in Rularian. There's, like, another D&D game that was released, like, a few months ago. Then there's another game that was from the universe of Warhammer that was released a few months before that. Then you got Rogue Trader. This is just another one of those. So if you've never played the Neverwinter Nights games and you don't have a PC that can run the original editions of them, this is for you. It's not like what they tried to do to Heroes of Might and Magic with that one thing, where you're getting none of the DLC and you're only getting Arathia, and that's it. So this is probably worth buying.
Obsidian's 2006 classic RPG, but it's all new and shiny again. Honestly, I'm calling it sick the day it launches.
Ooh, me too. I think my excuse will be food poisoning.
I was gonna go with regular poisoning.
Interesting. Go on.
Well,
I have never liked their skits. I have never liked their fucking skits. Peter Stormare is the god of metal.
a mouse pad.
That's why your mouse lives, sleeps, and entertains other mice. Let's get to work.
Hey there, PC Gaming Show. Check out this next trailer. It's fabulous. Fresh tracks, or I will get you. How do you stop that which never ends? In the endless, no two journeys unfold the same way. Come, remain by the fire, and hear the tale of Norwyn's greatest champion.
Embark on a musical adventure.
So, basically...
Beat Saber?
Yeah, Beat Saber game.
There's no one I would rather die alongside than you, my champion.
Fresh tracks, okay. Sure, that'll be for the people who love Crypt of the Necrodancer. They already made their new version of the game. I see nothing wrong with this. Other than the fact I lost the cap to my soda just now. That was an RPG window. So that is a multi-party platform game. That's just going by too fast. So, Terminal Brigade, Terminal, as in terminal, but null. Multi-platform, definitely multi-party. Oh, you know, over here. multi-platform, multi-party, probably has RPG classes, so probably roguelike elements, coming out for a wish list, anime characters, the girls look cute, some of the women look hot, the guys look anime hot.
Gooner bait.
I don't know if I like this.
I'm not gonna get it. Okay, shit.
Coming up the show.
Neverwinter Nights is a meh for me.
We're back at with Rattata Arts. We saw some of this yesterday. Or rather, on day one, during one of the other ones. But they're basically giving us a chance to see the demo now. So if you're a fan of Potapon, you're going to be a fan of Rattata.
So many goobers, so little time.
The best part is the music.
Yeah. Cozy game again.
Not a snow one. Moomin Troll. Nessies. Ah, this is one of those bloatware games that you'll see all the time being featured on Steam that you'll never be able to play because it's always like, I don't know, I'd rather play something with better graphics.
Yeah.
So this is like a top-down isometric version of Terraria. By all means, could probably
I'm good.
By all means, could probably be fine, but I just don't care.
The sense overall graphics, its makeup updates, it's beautiful.
It's almost as
I haven't seen anything that I'm interested in yet. You're disappointing me.
We routed the security comms. The package was as good as ours. Every variable accounted for, but we fucked it up anyway.
So, probably an extraction shooter.
Next time, we gotta be even more prepared.
Den of Wolves. Voice acting. Assuming that that's a group game. More of the same. I haven't seen a single extraction... I have not played or seen a single extraction shooter that makes me excited to play them on the nature of just being an extraction shooter. Helldivers 2 is a limitation because it's not an extraction shooter. It's more like a co-op experience that allows you to live through an action movie. But
it's like Payday, they're saying.
It's like Payday. So, an extraction shooter that you plan your heists through, you have quiet and loud as an option, and you're lobby-based. So, skilled players will definitely have an advantage over newer players. I don't know. Like, that in and of itself makes me not excited. That's the problem with Payday 2. Now that the story's been concluded, and so there should no longer be any more DLCs to buy, if I get this game, how many DLCs in do I have to pay for until the game is good? If it's not good out of the box, then that's because you don't have enough levels. Because if you don't have enough levels in the game, or enough...
replayability.
Yeah, you don't have enough replayability. With whatever elements you use to make it better, you have to then start adding them. I know that roguelike is a dirty word, and so is innovative and pre-generated or regenerated or procedurally generated, but you have to start using tools to start making it fun. And if the load is not replayable, you have to add them to make them replayable. And if it's the types of maps that are involved with the kind of story going on that you sold people on the nature of, then you have to start adding DLC that adds that. And how much investment down do I have to be down in until the game becomes good enough that I can tell my friends to buy it? And then how much do they have to spend? So that was the problem for Payday 2. Like, what was that channel's name? General something. General McBadass? an entire channel is pretty much dedicated to Payday 2 content. And that's like $300+ of DLCs you're buying. Not even accounting for like special packs such as the Crime Wave editions. But all the way up into The Secret, that is asking for a lot of time, a lot of playtime, a lot of investment for people to give a fuck about. With loot boxes involved in the game. And your ability to unlock said loot boxes requiring you to pay for a digital currency to then buy the key to unlock the loot box. Not something that you're naturally going to find while playing the game. Every single one of those systems is another layer on top of it that pushes you away from the game. So before you've even shown me it, because first off, thanks for showing us the gameplay, now I can be able to make this argument. Okay, it's Payday 2, but it's futuristic, and there's other features. Cool. Is there a class system? Does everybody have access to the same tools? Is it role-based? Do I get to decide what role? Or am I going to be assigned a role by a random generator? When I queue up for games in the lobby, do I get to choose which one I prefer to be? Or do I get to pre-assign myself in a group of my friends? How many players? Is it 4? Okay. Can it be up to 4 players and then we have to lobby search? Or do we go in with what we enter in with? Do I solo a mission and I get a choice to flip between them if they're roles perspective? Every question is another layer of complexity, which in itself adds for fun. But then comes the money side, which is, do I have to pay to unlock shit? If I have to play the game in order to get more power to become better, if we go off the example of Payday 2, if I play the pistol class, the mastermind, do I have to level up on a tree that I can then prestige to then get a special cosmetic or a special feature that will then benefit me for having prestige said class? If I am a prestige player, am I going to want to only play with other prestige players? If I'm a non-prestige player, am I about to get auto-booted from every lobby that I don't run myself? Or have people auto-disjoin because you're not at the top of the level? I don't know, bro. Hard question, bro. Another one?
Dungeons is a first-person shooter, 4-player co-op heist game taking place in the future. We focus a lot on player agency, story, and keeping the player on their toes with some elements that take you out of the brick and mortar.
Okay, this is the breakdown. Okay, this is the breakdown about Den of Wolves.
Obviously, tension and weld and like stealth segments and stuff. But the identity of Den of Wolves primarily is balls to the wall.
Den of Wolves is back into our Payday roots. The big difference is, of course, the sci-fi area, where we can play around a lot with design. The freedom we have with this sci-fi space is a bit terrifying, actually, because you can go nuts, basically. We've actually told ourselves to not try to over-design stuff, but to not limit us creativity. So designing the Midway City from the start, we knew we wanted big mega-structure buildings to actually place our levels within and be free of how big levels we want them to be. Because this very large city arising from the sea, you want to look out at the city and see, like, okay, so this is a living, breathing city and it works.
Okay. A living, breathing city means that if they're designing it and they're telling themselves not to over-design it, then it means that it's possible that there are pre-programmed routes, but they will change and learn based on your gameplay in your lobby session.
Coming back to the heist genre, I sort of, I don't know, after Payday 2, I felt like I had so much more things to do in my head, like what I wanted that game to be. A contemporary setting limits you in so many ways. Everything you do to enhance the game breaks the theme. With a sort of sci-fi theme on it, it enables you to stay in the pocket of thematics and still solve things from a gameplay angle. When making a game concept or a world, you have to think about what tools it gives you to solve problems in the future. And the sci-fi thriller theme gives us a lot of tools to play with. Midway is just a corporate haven. There's no rules, there's nothing. It's divided up into districts. There's even like district wars and this kind of thing within the city. So it's a very classical in a way, dystopian take, kind of like a classic role-playing game. I'm saying like, oh, this is the backdrop, and I'm gonna hand you a new adventure and have a bit of fun. So there's something called dives in the game. It's basically a neural heist. In the middle of whatever you're doing in the normal mission, you can basically jump to this other place. Thematically, there's these architects that build these defense mechanisms that gets injected into people's minds, and then you're trying to break into one of those. The dice.
Ah, Payday 2, but it also plays like Inception. I see. Okay.
Allows us to explore a little bit with visual art design and gameplay design. Just tracking down this specific person that you need to dive into to extract information. You don't need a bank vault for that. It could be a suburban, gritty area, or it can be a very high-end luxury apartment of some sort.
The dives provide change of pace and change of intensity in the gameplay and change of scenery, and it could be a nightmarish sort of abstract thing.
Imagine trying to navigate a forest or something like this.
But it could also be a Japanese temple or a fortress in the Swiss Alps.
We could just mix a lot of different stuff together because it's this very abstract place. And also with gameplay, we could go from a shooter to a platformer to a horror theme.
Or we can have sort of parkour experimentation where you can run on walls. We make rules for what the dives are, what they can be.
Okay, but here's the problem with that. If I go in looking for Payday 2, and in the middle of the mission it becomes a jump scare event, we're playing Dark Deceptions. You know what video game I'm talking about, horror, right?
No.
Dark Deceptions basically is Pac-Man, but it's a horror game. It's got lore behind it, but the gameplay is basically you get special features that are unlocked from every chapter you play in that have different world-breaking customizable rules. You get a speed up, a teleport, a sonar, a method to disable hostile enemies that would kill you so that you can escape them, invisibility. And you're doing it while trying to complete gameplay elements that in and of itself is Pac-Man. It's very much inside of mascot horror. However, the way that they're trying to apply this to this Payday 2 game is that you're going to take the world and the concept of Inception, the defensive layers on the layers of the dreams from every single kick on a dive. You're going to be going through somebody's mind, extracting information. So in the middle of a heist, if you need to extract information from somebody, you're going inside of their dive zone, and maybe it turns into a fucking shooter. The best way I can describe this is imagine the mini games that exist inside of Atomic Heart, and that's the gameplay loop. At one point, you're in the middle of a Payday 2 heist. In the next second, you're jumping through the netherworld as that cat creature. Or you're in the middle of the heist, and all of a sudden you're on roller coaster bumpers, trying to defend yourself from faceless guards that are inside of a giant liminal space. The genre crossing could be a put-off. It could be a significant put-off. Because, you know, I played to play Payday 2. I didn't play to play a micro game inside of the game. But it's all about how they sell the idea to you. This is what I was saying earlier when I was like, I don't know. I think this is a really hard concept to sell me on. Because at first, if it's just like Payday 2 but it's futuristic, okay, here, cool, tools. By putting in the future, I don't have to now be wondering like, now wait a minute. If you're fucking goddamn thieves with all these super hack tools, why don't you just become fucking defense guards and make money as military contractors? But now, it's basically Dark City, but futuristic.
The heist fantasy in general maps really well to game psychology. I'm a psychology-driven game designer to a large extent because we want to motivate you to keep playing and also like what are we stealing and what's the economy of the game. And I'm not talking about getting people to spend more cash. It's what's the drive of the game. And I think building new things or crafting things is a very interesting area. A good example would be like this thing we did for Payday where you would craft masks and this kind of thing.
Yeah, we're going back to the masks. I've heard people tell me before like, oh, it's GTFO and then it's a masks game, right? I'm like, really? Yeah, maybe it is. But we wanted to make something different. Like we didn't want to go fully masculine, maybe doing these big skull masks. Like we don't want to limit us to not do it, but with the mask we have now, we actually wanted to bring some feminine, some sexiness. So one of the inspirations we actually had was the Knightley pout that she has, and there's also like these Japanese theater demon masks with the Hannibal Lecter type of style. So as in the dice, you could basically make anything. The masks are this expression to allow them to expand the world inside of themselves. So finding designs where they don't really know where to put it in what categories, we try to hit kind of a sweet spot there. This is going to be a high-paced, intense, and a very fun collaborative game. Playing together with friends is a beautiful thing, right? Especially when we have these situations where shit hits the fan, we panic together and try to solve it. So if you put 4 people in a room and they play it, and you start to hear the voices go up, and they start to be loud in the room, then you know that, yeah, it's something, If you want to find out more about Den Wolves, head to our Steam page and make sure to wishlist now.
No.
I don't know, bro. It's a maybe, but I don't know. Ah, this video game again. It's the one with dancing and robots. I really don't like All Systems Dance. You're not Jet Set Radio, and you never will be. Spooky Express. Not sure if I understand what the point of that game
This
is.
is my first time on the PC Gaming Show. Any advice?
It's not that hard. Just show up on time, learn your lines, and don't cross me. Don't you ever cross me, Ridley. I will just...
Oh my god, please. You guys are goddamn cancer doing these things. Okay, what are you, sir?
Further than we ever imagined. I mean, just look at me playing. I'm happy, the team is happy, and our boss is happy. And the players, well, they seem happy too. Our 1.0 launch is fast approaching, so here's where we're at.
Death shuns you, Prince. Use this gift and right your wrongs.
A 2.5 reboot or remake game of Prince of Persia. Okay. Coming out of the original trilogy, well, not the original trilogy, but the remake trilogy that starts with the first Prince of Persia from the PS2 era. I don't think I'm against that Ubisoft version of the Prince that they featured on, like, the last Game Awards that's been out for a while, the black one. I think that one actually has enough space to be its own thing, because it uses a lot of the roguelike elements to create different world designs and to create a different flow of combat and gameplay that definitely deserves to have a right to exist. It maybe if it wasn't called Prince of Persia, people wouldn't have shat on it as much. I know that people shat on the original Prince of Persia reboot that was basically like an heir of nothing, and the one that came at the same time as the black one, which was the one with the girl and the guy, where they said, well, the prince doesn't actually have to be, it doesn't have to actually be a royal official, it's just a title. People hated those ones. So here, they're doing an actual proper Prince of Persia reboot, along with the time travel element. So let's see it. So they're definitely learning from that other one that I just described, because they're using a power system here. Which means it's definitely a roguelike. Sorry to the non-roguelike enjoyers. You're living in my world now. And they still have the parkour.
You have the opportunity to save your kingdom as the worthy Prince of Persia.
So, Prince of Persia, the Rogue. You basically get the features of Prince of Persia with all the features that you would get from run-based roguelikes, such as Hades. But it's basically in the flavor of Prince of Persia.
I see.
I mean, it's not going to be like the structured video games of yesteryear, but I can live with that.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. We were the conductors of the train.
I hate that trope.
Excuse me, this is the conductor-only residence. Please back away from the door.
I hate that trope so much.
I do too.
Never get me out of this control room. You understand me? Never.
Car key. Right, let's just question about time. Good.
Run. Hull compromised. Please evacuate the train.
Those are grateful mother...
Right, we can literally intercept the conductor, steal all his shit, and extract. Go, 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 go. I'll take right, you take left. Go, 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 go.
Engine fall in 10, 9, 8.
Paramount, gotta move.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not sure if I understand how that one works. The game's name is Engine Fall. You're trying to kill a conductor on a train, loot its materials, and then get out before you get blown up by your own explosives. That seems like another extraction shooter. This one had definitely much less personality than Den of Wolves, but it seems like a more paint-by-the-numbers game than Den of Wolves appeared to be. More straightforward than Den of Wolves, but same arguments. I don't know. Doesn't look like it's worth my time.
No, probably not.
Frontier's Founder Access is the first public step in creating a visionary sci-fi survival experience. You start your journey alone, a tiny blip in a seemingly endless universe. As you struggle to gain a foothold in this hostile world, you can build rudimentary structures, improve ships, components, and more. You'll begin to discover details about the universe and the ancient civilizations whose remnants still roam the skies. Everything.
Don't you think that if we're going to make a 4X game that's in the universe of Eve, that we'll want to make it less complex? Then again, this is just probably straight Omnicism simulated for the Eve fans.
Requires fuel to operate, and good resource management is crucial to survival. The most potent source of fuel, crude, is necessary to build formidable ships, advanced structures, and even stargates, reconnecting the vast universe. Smart structures are highly customizable and open the possibility for emergent gameplay only bound by your creativity. Founders have already created custom tournaments, specialized trading hubs, advanced security systems, and more. Are you ready to lose yourself on the frontier?
I don't know. Can I afford it?
Wow, I knew space was dark. That was dark. CCP really knows how to make the destruction of the universe look kind of beautiful. I'm honestly looking forward to being ambushed in the depths of space in Eve Frontier.
But if
I'm not. Like, the entire nature of putting a PvP environment inside of a PvE environment leads to the PvPvE experience being basically getting griefed by people that make a name for themselves as king trolls and then always bitch about themselves getting trolled as the king trolls when they eventually get ambushed by the pay-for-play access PvP clan that exists to grief streamers live on air. Also, EVE Online. So the same argument that I'd say to Star Citizen. Can I afford playing this game? Because that's definitely an autism simulator.
If you're like me and the thought of being caught off guard is a no-no, just head over to the PC Gaming Show's Steam page and you'll find every single game we're showing today in one convenient spot ready to be wishlisted. So no scary surprises.
Absolutely. And now here's a look at some of the great games from puzzle publisher Astrological.
I'd say the days are blurring together. But what days? As for the isolation, I'm an introvert. Suits me. The contracts just keep on coming. 2 more rigs to construct. That will put me short in power. Gonna need more hydrogen generators. Good news is that I've synthesized 334 litres of water in the last 24 hours. Now they want 200 litres of ammonium hydroxide. Rewards are good though. On completion, we'll finally acquire an electrolytic producer. And with all that methane on level 2, that means methanol. After that, despite the fact no one really knows what's down there, I push on and keep going deeper.
So, it's a...
Welcome to Matsuzawa Manufacturing Factory number 1.
So, these are autism simulators, obviously. But they're autism simulator puzzle games. So rather than just infinitely building, you're building to solve a puzzle? So this must be like... This must have been caused by blueprints. That's what that must be what this is. Because you know blueprints, right? See, the name is Blueprints, but if you say it fast enough, blueprints. It's basically a puzzle escape room minigame. The success of that game must have inspired these motherfuckers to try and copy its goddamn game format. I haven't played it yet, but I know that it's a good experience. So, they're gonna have you playing these things because they're trying to recreate that without being explicitly on the nose. Now this one looks cool because instead of being like the one we just saw, this is like watching how stuff works. Have you ever watched how stuff works?
Probably not.
It was a show put on the Discovery Channel, which I think now lives on a different type of Discovery Channel, where you would watch the process behind how to manufacture something be made in front of you, like gums, spoons, ice creams, cookies, and you would learn how the factory processes all the raw materials and makes it into the refined product. This looks like you doing that to the product that you're making. That at least looks cool and gives you the time to get to it at your own pace, which, that's good. I like that one. Now this one looks like a cozy game, Autism Simulator.
Yeah.
And it's tower defense at the same time.
I have yet to see anything that I'm interested in. I'm very sad.
I'm sad for you. This one's called Dawn Apart.
This is a factory in modules. Here, we're producing bloom cores. Let's see how we got here. This facility was built out of these 3 modules, which were drawn, stamped, and dyed with pigment. Produced here, in our blue pigment refinery, which was constructed from these modules, made by combining these modules. Cut from cubes, which were melted from polyrubber, extracted here.
So an overtime Autism Simulator.
So, Jacob, have you got any quick PC building tips you can share with our audience?
Here's one. You know when you accidentally drop a tiny little screw into your PC case and it just disappears?
Oh, yeah, I hate that. Do you have some cool hack for quickly finding it?
Nope. My tip is that screw is gone forever and you should pretend it never existed.
Forget I asked about tips. What can you tell me about the Radeon RX 9070 XT you're installing?
The Radeon RX 9070 XT is a hot ticket item right now, and for good reason. This is AMD's graphics division putting its best foot forward with an RDNA 4 chip that can go...
This is probably big for people who are Team Red. I'm Team Consumer, so I don't care. Show me my video games.
It is to undervolt. This lets you run it with less power and still get top performance.
I believe this one is the Autism Simulator, where you're rebuilding a broken planet and then you've got choices matter that change the direction of your gameplay. Yeah, yep. This is Generation Exile. We saw this last year at Next Fest. They now have a playable demo. 9th to the 16th. The game looks good. I might play the demo on stream. I actually have a dare drop that came through last night that I accepted. I can put it in the rotation.
I know our odds. Maybe it's time to consider the easy way out.
We saw this one before on one of the other ones too. This is the one where he makes clones of himself.
We all your love now. So all you know, we might be dead by tomorrow. Can't go on wasting my time. Adding scars to my heart, because all I hear is I'm not ready.
If I remember correctly, he makes clones of himself that have different jobs, and then there's this one guy that has a timeline, and if you don't make it, you basically have to play over again. So it's like a roguelike that has crafting and building.
Look at us. I just wanted to find a way out.
Soon enough we'll die. Soon enough we'll die. Soon enough we'll die.
Yep,
This is Pathfinder, Abomination Vaults. A hack-and-slash dungeon crawl where up to 4 players battle through a single massive labyrinth filled to the brim with monsters, treasure, and secrets. Customize each hero between 3 paths inspired by 2nd edition Pathfinder, or mix and match to craft the perfect hybrid. Whether adventuring solo or with friends, switch between the party's heroes on the fly to unleash almighty combo attacks to annihilate the forces of darkness. Below the surface, the dark sorceress Belcora Haruvex gathers her power. Are you foolhardy enough to delve into the shadowy depths of the Abomination Vaults?
Okay, here's another one that's like Wrath of the Righteous, but this one is basically following the suit of what Deep Rock Galactic is doing with Rogue Core, and they're just getting people in on it with the Pathfinder series. This is probably a good party game to have amongst a group of people, but until we know how much it costs, I'll probably only be able to afford a copy for myself, and then, like, for people who also have a copy, we get to play it on camera. For, like, community group gaming or not. I desperately need to go to the bathroom. So, I'm gonna let the shit play, and then I'm gonna leave y'all here for a Hassan moment, because I cannot hold it.
He's got the shits, y'all. He's got the ever-loving shit.
Still taking up the challenge of a double life.
Poor guy.
Torn between one endeavor and
Welcome to my world, Carl. Welcome to my
sides
world.
of the same precious coin. In one life, you brave dangers, while in the other, you put your skills and hustle to the test. To grow your store. As you chase that vision, you may pause and wonder, is this pursuit more important than its destination? That answer lies within you, little merchant.
Computers aren't the only thing we build here at our hardware workshop. While Frankie and Jacob are working on the rig, Mika and I have been preparing some more elegant equipment for fieldwork. Spy gadgets. See here, this might appear to be a standard ATX full-tower personal gaming computer. In actuality, every component is also an extremely cool spy gadget. Take, for instance, this CPU fan. In reality, Ninja Star.
Huh, that did a real number when we tried it on an intern. Well, moving on, we have our range of hidden tasers. To the untrained eye, a coffee mug. In reality, a taser. Ooh, or how about this?
All of this is gay.
But in actuality, you get
all of this is gay.
This is this like a hidden listening device USB, or is it maybe a spy camera?
That is, of course, also a taser. Don't worry, he'll be fine. Eventually. For now, let's check out our next exciting world premiere.
Their safety is your own responsibility. Sharing a roof with someone, make sure they're humans. Check their eyes and teeth. An overlooked visitor will kill you.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Oscar, a solo developer, and this is my game, Botsu. It's an online multiplayer game where you control a ragdoll robot and compete in some very silly physics-based competitions. I started making this game in my spare time, and now you can play the free demo on Steam. You'll start off in a lobby area called Bot Central, where you can meet up with your friends and mess around with the sandbox while they arrive. When you're ready, mind the gap and hop on the matchmaking train to your Botsu tournament. Your team will compete in bonkers boxball matches, steal boxes and drag your team to victory in stockpile, and try to be the last bot standing in sumo. It's even got physics-based power-ups, like sticky bombs, balloons that work on anything, and grappling hooks to swing the match in your favor.
What did I miss?
You can play both online and split screen at the same time, and you can get crazy custom matches in the Steam demo right now. Hope you have fun.
Oh my god. Did they just take that fucking famous, that world famous used moment that's always used in the goddamn picture fame memes?
The Steam demo right now. Hope you have fun.
They did!
Maybe.
Oh my god, they did. I don't know. This is just Rocket League again. I have never, and nor will I ever care about something that plays like Rocket League. And now we got a Team Red ad. Damn! They must have did a partner. They must have did a partner with fucking A&D or something for this show.
It sounds like it because they're building with A&D.
Coming up in the show.
No room. One more room in hell too. New map. And new features. In early access all the way up to the summer roadmap. Okay. Zombie games are zombie games. They're a staple of video games. They always will be. Soft feature group play. Building, crafting, exploring, combat. Platforming, loot, custom class, forever.
What an amazing collection of games we've already seen. Mika, we are really turning up the heat this year.
We sure are.
Mika, what is that?
Oh, it's throwaways.
Wait, let me guess. It doubles the
I don't care. And now...
Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck.
And now what fucking what features for a computer are we now trying to sell game show?
Here's this puppy working with.
It's with no small amount of envy that I say this. We're equipping the rig with an AMD Ryzen 9 9950 X3D processor. Put simply, this is the fastest 16-core consumer...
Yep. They must have done the deal. And here we go.
The village of Chandli is so complicated, and everyone's got their own story. For 100 years, the practice of horticulture has been under a curse, making even the simplest acts of cultivation unpredictable. But you come from a long line of sorcerers steeped in the green and growing arts. Your family's old lodge has been empty for a long time, so don't expect airs and graces.
So farming sim?
It's thick with secrets, and set in its ways. Is it ready for the return of a mandrake?
The Mandrake setting is based on British history and folklore. For research, we've walked in a temperate rainforest and visited an ancient coal mine beneath the Forest of Dean.
It's a world where overfishing might cause a river to put a curse on you, and we'll go delving for bright minerals in the forgotten deeps.
Sunless Sea and Sunless Skies did have some light cannibalism in them. You can't eat people in this one, but that doesn't mean that it's safe. There are old powers waiting in the corners of the world, and the night does not belong to mortals. If all of that sounds good to you, wish this Mandrake on Steam right now.
Okay. So, farming game based on British culture. They even went into a tunnel for it, guys. And inside that tunnel, there was a wall that said, Ian Joma is a cuck. So, I think that by proxy is good enough. It's not quite a cozy game. It's more like Rune Factory. They might not have a marriage system, though. But give them time. They'll queerify it.
Corners of the world, and the night does not belong to mortals. If all of that sounds good to you, wish this Mandrake on Steam right now.
Early access for Pizza Banda. That went by too fast, and these graphics are too goddamn hazy. You might as well be giving me the amusement. Okay, early access, August 25, 2025. Wishlist now on Steam with a fucking QR code in the corner for Pizza Bandit. But what is the game about? You didn't tell me shit.
A week in the life of a Demon School student under a minute, starting now. Monday, catch up on the news, get a new assignment, fight some guys using tactics. Check your diary. Tuesday, investigate a spooky classroom, gain a rival, fight some more guys, find a dog. Wednesday, romance your friends, kick an egg, fight those guys. Thursday, follow some blood, track down a missing sandwich, pull a new friend out of nowhere. There's guys, you fight. Friday, find a cursed dog, learn a terrible secret, fight a really big dog. The weekend, sing karaoke, race needles, rent some tapes, and generally just relax. That's 1 week down, men to go. Wishlist Demon School, an RPG with tactical battles right now.
So, Demon School is attempting to bring in the audience of people who love Persona inside the Megaton universe with the cozy game aesthetic of people who like games with certain types of mechanics. That doesn't sound like half a bad idea. However, the way that you're selling it to me makes it super fucking boring. Because this is a handheld game that has been dumbed down for consoles and is probably meant for the Switch. Because I'm looking at the multi-platform. Epic Games Store, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. How much do you want to bet that this is going to be inside of the Ultimate Game Pass for Xbox?
Probably.
Congratulations on your assignment. You have been selected to oversee a caretaker deployment in Sector 43A. This video will introduce you to your unit and its sacred directive, the preservation and propagation of the human species. After global hydrosaturation, Earth became uninhabitable. Humanity moved to orbit, but reproduction in space proved impossible. Moses responded with the Human Seed Program. Cryogenic embryos are grown to maturity in surface-based Lazarus pods, then transferred to orbital colonies for immediate workforce integration. Your caretaker unit manages every step: retrieval, growth, and orbital transfer. Caretakers maintain surface facilities, build autonomous power systems, and adapt to any anomaly, from environmental failure to unauthorized presence. Enjoy the rest of your assignment, and remember,
The Last Caretaker. A game that looks like Autism's crafting simulation.
to any anomaly, from environmental failure to unauthorized presence.
And it looks like it's inside of a universe where you are managing a robot that is automating the process. Fighting other robots? Question mark? The aesthetic screams Atomic Heart to me because of the fact that they chose to go the direction of Fallout and create their own corporized version of their art. So I'm halfway interested. How much does it cost? If it's above $35, I'm gonna wait until you have a sale.
Enjoy the rest of your assignment, and remember,
You're the only one who can safeguard the future of humanity in The Last Caretaker. So, no pressure or anything. Hey, Sean, what was that?
I'm so sorry. Maybe the lights.
Oh my god, every single year with these goddamn I fucking hate him!
They're gonna make me fall asleep. I'm so bored.
Okay, got another fucking crafting game where you mine using a gun. We're on some type of rail system. It's got farming. Railborn. Did we already see this before? I don't remember.
I don't recognize it.
Making everything look boring, honestly.
Everything is boring, Carl. What do you mean?
There are probably some people that is not the two of us that are interested. But we are bored as fuck. Another God! It's like the 11th crafting game! What the fuck is going on here? First you had cozy crafting, then you had 4K cozy crafting, then you had 4K amplitude cozy crafting, then you had cozy game 4K cozy crafting. Did everybody just make a crafting game?
PC game show his ass.
Prospector, Norex would like to offer you an opportunity. We have some dirty work we need you to take care of. At your own risk, of course. Keep your mouth shut and you'll be rewarded.
Another crafting system.
Join Norex.
But this one seems to be more action-based.
And don't ask questions.
Icarus Great Hunts. Okay, cool. Or is that the actual name?
More cozy games. Ah!
And don't ask questions.
Or is it named Rocket Works? I don't know what the title of it is. Is Rocket Works the company, or is the game...
I think Rocket Works is the company.
The first one's the company.
Rocket Works is the company, I think.
Okay. And now it's...
Kill me.
And now it's the Wall-E game.
Kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me.
Oh my god! Everything that wasn't a corporate, boring, fucking extraction shooter has been a cozy game or some fusion of 4X game design and cozy game design. Where are the shooters? Where's the single-player environment? God damn it! Fucking hell.
Like a car.
No, Frankie, I can't build a car.
What about like a winching system to pull something heavy out of, for example, a lake?
I mean, maybe I could put
But
together...
say a car was in a lake and you needed to winch out. Could you at least build a ramp to make the winching a bit easier?
Is that something you want to tell me?
I drove your car off a ramp and into a lake, but I only did it to put the fire out.
My car's on fire?
There is no point in jumping a car off a ramp if it's not on fire.
Is there any good news of the story?
Yeah. Just check out this ramp. You should install these before you start shopping for a new car.
Oh, that's the Corsair Dominator Titanium DDR5. This kit's perfect for building an all AMD Ryzen build at 6,000 megatransfers a second and with low latency. However, we've also stuffed something special here, a light enhancement kit. That's a pair of dummy sticks that look the part but don't actually contain any memory chips. This is a great solution for an AMD build, as it means you can stick to the more reliable slots on the motherboard, 2 and 4, while looking the part. It also pairs nicely with our Haven 420 case, which will...
But why don't I just not have anything installed in the part? Like, you're telling me I have extra space inside the motherboard to have more RAM. Okay, cool. So, can I just put more RAM in there? RAM's cheap as fuck. No, if you don't have the extra RAM, which you would because you pre-planned your build, you can just have these dummy pieces in here so that you look fancy. Who cares what's in my rig other than me? Bitch, I'm not trying to be pretty on the internet. I want something that works.
Thermal optimization through its central GPU airflow that sits within a dual-chamber design.
That sounds like the perfect hardware combo for anyone looking to frag your cars, explore endless dungeons, also do stream with friends. But while you're out there updating your part picker list, why not check out this exciting upcoming game?
I mean, honestly, just to stick our head into the Matrix for a second, if we will. We live in a universe and a world of streamers now. Shouldn't you be building a streamer computer for less than $600 live on camera in the middle of the show that you can then put onto PC Part Builder to show everybody where to get the materials to buy it at the most nearby hardware store, so they can put together that rig based on the specifications that came from the game show? If I was going to host a game show and I was going to have people building a computer in the middle of it, and I had to do so using parts that came from Team Red, Team Blue, or Team Green, I would explicitly involve all three of them, and then a custom PC builder that works with all the parts. I don't care. Game Expo, definitely not line of stick tips. Game Expo, J2 Cents, somebody to then be there and say, here's Team Red, here's Team Green, here's Team Blue, and here's Team Consumer. And they put together some type of rig that shows the high end to the low end to the first time, for this first time builder with a optimization for streamers if they wanted to stream the game. Not just like on a broadcast website, but to their friends inside of something like Discord. Don't you think that would be more useful with our time than like making cringy ass jokes that then are supposed to be plugs for Team Red products? At least that's what I think would be viable with my time. Because then it doesn't matter what team that they want to buy products from. They'll have a version for each of them. In fact, you could have a high-end version and a low-end version for each of those. And then you have the prosumers who don't have any brand committal. Boom, done. I'm so annoyed. I'm so fucking annoyed.
World changed in the blink of an eye. The outpost where we hoped to find salvation has stopped responding. We found it abandoned, all in ruins. Now we have to find out what happened and rebuild what's left.
Another crafting game. And this is a 4X game. The tree provides.
From the fog. Not an ordinariness that we knew before, but one that overwhelms us with the worst kind of fear.
So this one is just like Generation Exile, but it's different and it's like new age, anachronistic, pagan slash what's that other P word? Not Protestants. Pilgrims. Anachronistic future pilgrims.
The tree prevails.
Dart switch. Well, there's a single-player game, but you know, after multiple games of 4X crafting and then multiplayer crafting and crafting simulator, that one just pisses me off. So I'm going to put that one to the side of my brain and say, you know what? At least it's something that actually has a single-player side to it. Alright, here we go. Finally, a video game. Spirit Strike? Or Spirit X Strike?
Spirit X Strike.
Okay. Welcome back, future God Hand. With a little bit of Beautiful Joe. Struggler is hard in the chat. June 20th.
Coming up in the show.
It's not far out.
They've got updates for that one whatchamacallit game. Ooh, I know this one. I've been waiting for this one.
It's like Cult of Lamb-ish.
Yes.
Convert the feeble-minded, learn the occult, spread the mighty one's influence, find power in the guardian choice to bring the unseen depths to the mortal world. Knuckle, vanquish the opposition, burn the non-believers, indoctrinate the uncivilized, and survive horrors. Grow in power and strength, unlock new unholy sorceries to overcome the mightiest of enemies. You have what it takes to worship the Eldritch?
Yes. See, worship, just like Cult of the Lamb, is something I definitely want to get into. I just didn't have the money to do it. In the future. One day, baby! One day!
I mean, I have Cult of Lamb, I just haven't played it.
From the creators of Guns of Icarus Online. More Autism Simulator games for crafting. But now you get to do dogfights. With an anime aesthetic.
Kingdom Hearts did it better.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh my god. First you had Guns of Icarus. Now you have Stars of Icarus.
Good God.
You know what? Based. Based. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Almost a decade, Muse Games is bringing us a follow-up to the airship combat game Guns of Icarus.
Now, as with all professions, our work as gadget-crazed weirdos would be impossible if not for the laser watches and ejector seats of those who came before us.
We stand on the shoulders of giants, crafty, unhinged giants.
Which is why I am pleased to present, in an attaché case full of throwing knives and tear gas canisters, the latest intel on Bond, James Bond. So we sent our secret agents to see what's
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Being forced to look at fucking James Bond Jr. again.
Copenhagen.
When things got together and we figured out that we were going to work on such a legendary IP, we were very, very excited. It's a huge opportunity, and also the fact that it hasn't been a game 14 years just adds to the excitement of a comeback of this game in game.
The colleagues that we have here are phenomenal. And
You say comeback, I say execution.
Fantasy that they've been building for all these years and applying it to the Bond franchise has
A dick flattening, if you will.
But there are characters and locations that I think are going to make the fans of the novels and the fans of the movies and the cinematic history really smile. In any kind of
I'm not smiling, nigga. I'm laughing at you.
Aston Martin, Land Rover, collaborations with Omega, and all of these things lends itself a sense of credibility to the player that this is a really fun experience.
I don't think James Bond was trying to sell me on products. I can't afford these watches.
The most special thing about our virtual Bond is that it's an IO reimagination of Bond itself, and it allows us to really dive in and learn about what it takes to enter this world of espionage. It was very important to us from early on.
Can't afford this dick either. Oh!
Qualities from different aspects of stories, whatever. We wanted to make something that was fully.
Why do you hurt me this way?
Someone who
because I'm in pain too.
He has all the core qualities, so he is irreverent, he is inherently charming, he's funny, but he's not yet cold. He's not.
I have to make this funny somehow.
Of youth built into him, somewhere between a naive, not yet worn down principled young man, and then that journey onto this hard-hitting, colder guy that we might recognize. That space there is really inspiring to us.
He is very true to his North Star and his values, and the story is very much about when you meet the harsh, political, dangerous world out there, how does a young man fare while still retaining his values?
Not only will we get to experience the character changes and the lessons he needs to learn, but also how he gets his famed gear. The world is a big part of how you solve problems that you get to, using the environment and weapons and charm, and obviously gadgets is a huge part of that. We have a lot of the gadgets you'd expect, and then quite a few you wouldn't.
So our long-time fans from the Hitman franchise can expect to recognize some of these core elements from our interactive in our James Bond game.
A really core aspect of this game is what we call creative approach, and it has to do with standing
Do we
outside
really
of
need to watch
expectations.
this?
We're going to give you an objective in here.
Apparently.
You need to be able to do that in a bunch of different ways. But I think the biggest difference
Do we
is that
really?
you need a lot of patience to
Well,
make it.
not
You need to be
us,
sitting
but
there seeing
they
control
apparently
and
thought it was really important for us to show this in the show.
I think it's safe to say we spent a
Yeah.
environment.
We really hit strides and upping the dynamism, the kinetic feel of the combat, top class action.
If we were trying to be fully committed to doing a full single-player Carl, this would be where we tear them apart for their philosophy going into the show, thinking that they need
I just don't have the energy for it, and I don't care.
Uh-huh. I mean, I don't care, but they're trying to justify why they chose to make James Bond Jr. And I'm sorry, you can't justify this shit. Earn the number. How about make a game that features the game and the number? Stupid. Now, hello aesthetic that comes directly out of the world of Loiter Squad. Not Loiter Squad. Cruelty Squad. It's like somebody took the aesthetic of Newbie's Number Factory and they applied it to Cruelty Squad. And even more crazy of a factor. Now this is a single player game we can get behind. Goblin America, the Gil Lawson game. Demo on Steam. Coming, what was that? July? No, just coming in 2025 sometime.
Goblin mode.
Truly Goblin mode. Have as much acid as you want, chat.
When the world ended, we shielded our city. Safe but trapped, we endured. Until now, until you, Time Traveler. Only you can shatter our chains, guide our armies, defend our kingdom, repel the evil hordes. Rebuild what
It
the
looks
enemy
like
shattered, and
League,
restore the
but
might
not
of
League.
our city. The lands of Bastion still whisper secret.
It's probably more of a wave-based tower defense game. It just looks like League because the...
It just looks like League, yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like the aesthetics because real-time strategy, if you make it fantasy enough, can look like League of Legends.
Relics of power waiting to be claimed. Together, you are legions. Not even the hordes of the Unraveler shall halt your advance. Your strength will never cease to grow. Once vanished, you will break us free.
It seems like this one is actually something closer towards a auto battler, or not? No, not an auto battler. What do they call that franchise of games that that the 20-minute game sits inside of? I don't remember what the genre of what the name of the genre is. It's like a roguelike. It's not a roguelite. But this is taking the concept of tower defense, about wave-based combat, and perpetual forever wave-based combat, combined with classes. So it's like Vampire Survivors, and it's like things like 20 Minutes Till Dawn, and Into the Abyss, and other things like it. But it seems to have a cap point, where eventually you either stop on a run, or you keep playing infinitely until you eventually lose. Which is ironic because its name is called Eversiege. With an emphasis on infinity. So it's an action strategy roguelike that's a tower defense game and a wave-based Musho battler. But it also is a perpetual tower defense game. Maybe? I'd buy it. And it has alpha playtests that are going to be in summer. This year.
It feels like something's been planted in the base of your skull. Because there has. It's in your best interest.
I'm dipping. I'm bored. I'll see you later, man.
Okay.
Good work. Good enough for them.
Pick Face, Dread XP, early access.
As you can see, we are...
Early August 2025 with an available Steam demo. Finally! Everybody is doing what I said they should do, and they're having immediate fucking downloads and features and DLCs to play! This game looks boring, though.
Carl is friend, not
He is
food.
friend-shaped.
I'm something shaped. So far, the only games tickling my fun zone was Neverwinter Nights, Atomic Heart 2, and a new level for Orchard Kill. The rest has been a snowfest. I agree. It all has been a fucking storyfest. We're not towards the end of the back of the show, I hope. So let's see what else they have on offer, and let's pray that they didn't just fucking waste our goddamn time.
As you can see, we are running a fine-tuned engine of gaming goodness. Oh, speaking of, Sean, what's going on with the rig?
Let's find out. Frankie, Jacob, status report?
We're doing great down here. Jacob is about to fill us in on what we're installing next.
I'm just wiring up everything with our Gigabyte Aorus X870E motherboard. It's got a suite of features for reliable overclocking and memory performance, and its built-in thermal armor and heatsinks will keep our Ryzen X3D rig running great without running hot. And of course, our GPU, a Gigabyte Radeon RX 9070 XP with RDNA 4 architecture, and 3rd-gen AMD ray tracing tech for competitive 4K performance. Oh, a montage. Right. Great idea, Frankie.
Freeze frame high five?
Freeze frame what?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get a...
Oh my god. It never stops. It never fucking stops. Hey, what do we got here? Build up custom vehicles. Survive wave after wave. Wave-based combat. This is definitely just like the ones I was talking about before. But this one is closer to being like, this one is closer to being like the Auto Battler. For, not DST, the other one. For Deep Rock Galactic. I believe they call that one Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. So this is closer to being like Survivor than it is being like Vampire Hunters or 20 Minutes Till Dawn. Terratech Legion. It looks exciting. It's just being underwhelming. Please, no, no, not more cozy games, please, no, no! We did our time! We did our time! No, stop it! But I don't want to throw house parties. But I don't want to throw house parties. I don't know if I want to play the possible life experience sim simulator. I don't know if I want to play the game of life in autistic, cozy art fashion. I hate it. I hate it. I don't want it. Paralives, I hate it. No. Not another crafting cozy game! Stop it! Please! I'll give you my first... No, not my firstborn. My third-born child! No more cozy games, goddammit! No more! No more! No more! Oh, my head hurts. My head hurts.
Oh, I didn't see that. Don't mind me, I have got a special friend stopping by, but don't tell the folks upstairs.
I don't care. Show me the next game.
Meu Deus. Perdoe essa pobre coitada. E de joelhos resmungado. Pedi pra chuva cair sem parar.
So, this one is going to be a Hades-like. Good enough. It's not a cozy game.
Sertão é rico para quem tem olhos de ver. Não é lugar para vocês.
Uma pessoa pode lavrar um chão que nem mesmo cactos consegue brotar.
Todos precisam saber sobre o que de fato aconteceu em Canudos. Eles moveram mundos para acabar com o nosso lado. Perdemos, mas resistimos, como mataram no meio da DLC.
Eles vão...
Hell Clock.
massacrar novamente, Pajinho. Eles vão nos massacrar.
And it comes July 22nd.
First, aggravated vandalism.
Ah, I remember this one. It's a giant person and you're supposed to interact in the world below him.
Then theft. And worst of all, you've tried to flee. And it pains me deeply. But a lamb that's always lost.
I super do not care about this one. What is it called? Millicenter? Hey, Millit Center? Don't like it. Don't care for it. I think it's another rage bait cozy game. It's being made to get people interested in it. That definitely doesn't belong to us classic gamers like myself. This is for somebody like Pay Money Wubby. I have no interest in this. Card games!
Opening your own restaurant may feel like a fairy tale, but it's trickier than it looks. Customers curse you. The hordes line up at the door. Elder gods are summoned. All of this can really burn your biscuits, but you will be forged in the fires of the kitchen. Elder gods are summoned. All of this can really burn your biscuits, but you will be forged in the...
It's technically a form of a cozy game, but it's a cooking cozy game that plays more like a roguelike deck builder. So, at least we're being saved by that. Also, get a look on Anise the Spice Weaver, boys!
Fires of the kitchen. Sharpen your knives and master the magical food. For an ancient hunger has awoken, and the path to a demon's heart is through its stomach.
Arcane Eats. Close enough. It's an actual game.
Progressing with the rig, and make sure there aren't any saboteurs in the mix. Hey, Nika, how are the kids looking down there?
Oh, it's not looking great. They're hooking up a... Oh my god, they're hooking up the PC to a printer.
No, printer is too dangerous. I told them the rig is way too valuable to be anywhere near a printer.
I know.
We have to stop it.
No, it's too late because they're downloading a driver.
Oh my god, why?
Skits. I hate the skits. We all hate skits. Me and Blood always hate skits.
It means the world is ended.
Ah, this is a game from Ghost Ship Games, from my boys down at Fu Manchu Studios.
It's not a game, it's a state of mind. It's about having such a cool gun, you're untouchable. That's why they call it gun touchable. Collect crates in the wasteland to help you kick more ass. But your enemies are getting upgraded too, and that's where things heat up.
So it's a wave-based survival game.
So get ready to blow stuff up, and smack stuff with a shovel, and shred stuff with a bone saw, and snipe stuff. Survival is about sticking together. It's about getting badass guns and even more badasser upgrades. It's about killing whatever this thing is. Because here in the apocalypse, you're up against a million maniacal mutants that want nothing more than to pound you in a hamburger meat. There's only one way to survive, and that's to become gun touchable. Coming to early access on June 17th.
And now, the update from New Blood Interactive. Because Ultra Kill. Actual video game content. Soon. TM Trash Tracer. Okay, we've got a biker game. We've got more shoots. We've got more shit that's probably survival crafting. Pain. Starred Haven Tower.
And this is the Superhero Dispatch Network. I hope you're ready for your first show.
And then, for the Alana Pierce voice acting video game, Dispatch. We learned about this at the Game Awards.
Wait, we're doing this? 18, this is your dispatcher.
Someone's robbing the museum. Watch and learn, Sonny. How do I mute you?
We're taking bets on when you'll quit.
Friday.
Today's Friday.
I know.
Now they have a demo out for it. Honestly, if it weren't for the fact that Alana Pierce is attached to this game, people would have a lot more energy for the mindset of this. It's very obvious that what she's trying to do, Alana Pierce that is that she's trying to stop herself from potentially getting shat on should she get involved with the fucking bullshit that is happening with Data of War, and her lying about that story. We already know that she fabricated it. We already know that she fucked up with it, and she's trying to hope that she can ride it out until this game goes out so she can talk all about the concept she's done about Dispatch. I don't personally care about her or the video game. Mostly because I know she's attached to the game. I need to poop again. Take it from me, chat. When you choose to make kimchi, try to not include fiber-rich options. Holy shit, my body is clean, but I am fighting for my fucking life over here! Pain. My body's in pain. And more from just the video games. Another Annapurna. And this one has to do with biking. So it's a biking racing game. Wheel World. An open world bike game. Okay, cool, but that's basically still a cozy game.
That leaves you asking the important questions, like why aren't all the world's bicycles shaped like hot dogs?
We can only hope the answer reveals itself someday. Until then, let's turn our attention to the latest from FBC Firebreak, the next game from Remedy. And if my tracker is working properly, it looks like Frankie met up with the Bureau.
Now, this game. We had a chance to be able to play the open beta test for this, but it ended up skipping over us, but it's okay. We learned a little bit more about this the other day on the first day of the showcases, but I still don't know if I'm decided on this.
I don't care about your day job if you can hold a gun and use a tool. Firebreak needs you. I'll be frank with you, this ain't an easy shift, but at least you won't be alone. Your fellow Firebreakers will have your back. Fight together, fix together, and hell, even shower together. If you can stand your ground and stick together, it'll be more than enough to survive.
So from the looks and feels of it, it looks like if you take the liminal space and the survival effort inside of something designed like the world of Once Human, it is that, but it's a 4-man lobby-based system.
So, that's the job. Sounds simple enough. Good. I've got a liability waiver here with your name on it.
That trailer was absolutely epic. Delivered on all fronts, but it did take me back to my student days. It might have been the post-it notes, the...
I super don't care. I get so annoyed with trying to skip through everything because they're just so bad about this, but this is obviously a person from the studios. So, let's learn about Firebreak, everybody.
Yeah, so right now was just a great time for us to kind of go back to the old house. We never wanted to kind of feel like we were retreading on Control, and that was like definitely something we thought about a lot. And one of the reasons why we shifted into a first-person perspective, so you could kind of go back into the old house and see it from fresh eyes in a different way.
I mean, you did have a lot of Control. And also, we're in first person this time, so...
Yeah, so of course very different, and I think as anyone can tell from that trailer, we're extremely, like, totally to the side of Control. And this was a really big challenge for us, because of course Control was very moody and atmospheric and very, like, horror-tinged, but of course it did always have that little edge of absurdity. And speaking to that, this is kind of like why we leaned into that more absurd angle, because, you know, Control was very carefully built for a single-player experience. Since we are sort of a kind of joke around with your mates and just kind of have fun thing, we didn't want to totally, like, betray that franchise, but we did want to take those kind of recipe components and just flip them around. So we keep that kind of edge of like, horror and tension and stakes, and we just add a lot of the absurdity at a higher value. So, for example, like, you saw Sticky Ricky, our gigantic monster made out of sticky notes. In one of our trailers, you know, somebody I think actually shouts, like, Sticky Ricky! Which was, to us, very, very funny, but that character, completely terrifying.
And Sticky Ricky is joining us today. He's just getting himself together, and maybe he'll answer a few of my questions.
Say I don't necessarily have 3 straight-up fraggers on my team. Are there roles that we can adopt in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. So the game is kind of built around a trifecta of kind of saved loadouts that are centered around tools. We call these crisis kits, and each one was developed with a different playstyle in mind. So we have one that kind of shoots these gigantic like liquid globules you saw in the trailer. And this is for the person we always just imagine almost like Starface, like I don't really care, I just kind of, you know, paint the world with something. And then we have another one which is a tool that kind of looks like a poker stick mixed with a defibrillator. And you might be surprised, but we always thought this as like a precision and tactical instrument just because you can kind of relocate yourself and move around easily. And then we have the last really complex tool, which is literally just a wrench. Just a wrench, it's a gigantic piece of steel. So we made a lot of active decisions to try to get people right into the gameplay. So that's at the cost of some direct storytelling, but we haven't scripted any on the world building and the big narrative and what it feels like to be inside the old house.
We do associate Remedy with these big narrative games, so much imagination, atmosphere, obviously Alan Wake, obviously Control. Sure. So this feels like a new departure for you guys moving into the next.
So here's my problem that I have with Firebreak. It's putting a lot of care into the background elements of this game without actually giving me a lot of information and knowledge about what I expect should I choose to play this game. And that means that if I am somebody who has no prior history or background to Control, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So that does not sell it to me a bit. But, okay, you got crisis kits, you've got people playing content with what is effectively classes. Okay, cool. What else can I do in this world?
Why?
Yeah. And to be clear, it's fundamentally different. You shouldn't go into this game whatsoever expecting those types of experiences, which, by the way, I personally adore. I started Remedy as a massive fan of Remedy, so this isn't a pushback on that type of experience. But the thing is that we, as soon as we started making more than one game at the same time, we just wanted to say, hey, is there a way to kind of like open the doors? If you are a huge Control head and you know all the lore and you really love it, and you can't convince your friends to try this game out, we wanted to give that kind of step in. So even though it's not really what Remedy is today, I do hope that a little over a week from now, it will be part of what Remedy is in the future.
So, Mike, as an online cooperative shooter, what does this game look like in, say, a year's time?
Yeah, that's a great question, especially because, you know, the online space, I think a lot of people treat it very differently. One of the big things that we're about is avoiding kind of like FOMO, like engagement. You know, you don't need to check in every day. We're not going to kind of add a timed battle pass. So if you come in...
Damn, it's almost like I was being topical when I was talking about the idea of the revolving board gaming. Yet again, Carl, you continue to be insightful!
on day one, you come back to us a year from now, all you're going to see is all the great stuff that we add. And speaking of that, already in this year, we're going to add 2 more jobs that adds to the other 5 game modes that we ship with, already growing it by about 40% by the end of the year. We've got additional endgame systems and lots of plans.
I'm just picturing it's a stapler, like opened out and just...
Okay, I have news for you. There's a stapler in the game.
I'm a genius.
So in the game, actually in the trailer, you probably saw that big traffic light. That's actually called the red light. It's an altered you may have seen in control. It's now corrupted by the hiss, and in certain settings, it can show up and kind of hit you with the big red light, not allowed to move until it gives you a green light. There's another one, which is a stapler, which if you are a super control nerd, you might remember from some of the posters in the oldest house. Is that a stapler an altered item? And then you see a nice little clip art of a stapler. Well, that stapler actually shows up, and it kind of behaves like a fly. It sort of like buzzes around your face and gives all the enemies a lot of additional health. So yeah, there you go.
Where can we sign up?
Yeah, lots of ways to play this game. Of course, we're on all major consoles, on Epic Game Store, or you can head over to Steam, where you can wishlist the game today. It comes out June 17th. Grab your friends, and we hope to see you there.
Well, go on then. Go clean the
June 17th, boys.
Thank you.
Ah, the FBC. Lovely bunch over there for as long as they last.
Hey, didn't we cook up a few trinkets for FBC personnel at some point?
I mean, we offered, but spy gadgets just don't hit the same way when you spend your whole day working with evil typewriters and turn your bones backwards.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Well, up next, if you've been looking for the perfect excuse to wear a toga, and who hasn't, here's a look at Ubisoft's next entry in the long-running strategy city builder, Anno 117, Pax Romana.
If you want to be
Ubi slop. That's all I gotta say.
immortalized in greatness, here's a little lesson in greatness. If governing is your vocation, it's all about location, location, location. Let's go where you've never gone before. Find a religion. Or buy more. Colonize your territories. Or keep them Celtic if you please. Sharpen your steel or lose your head. I prefer Pax Romana instead.
Now, this one is just more Autism Simulator, to be truthful. So, if you will get into it, despite knowing that it's an Ubislop game, you at least have the ability of playing an RTS, and that's about it. So, if you end up buying Anno, know that it is Ubislop, and know that you are supporting the Federal Ministry for Economic Affairs and Climate Change on the basis of a decision by the German Bundestag. Whatever the fuck that is. Pre-order now! November 13th! Flavored Roman Autism Simulator. Truly, truly, truly.
After all. Yeah, no, I was gonna.
I thought I told you there's nothing up there.
This was the game that we were shown on like day one. This is another rage bait game.
Up there though. Nothing. There's a tower. Yeah, that's it. When you get to the top of the tower, what's there?
It's like a top of a tower.
There we go. Probably nothing up there. Yep.
I super don't care for it. And now, a real video game. This June, we are justice. Dark Tide Arbitus. And Endless Legends 2. So, Civ. It's Civ. Honestly, I enjoyed playing not Dark Space, Endless Space 2. I just found it very hard sometimes to be able to understand the gameplay loop. I think I will be in the same way if I was to get that one. So, if you, it holds your time. It's not a fucking cozy game, but it's another autism simulator.
Build and see where things are at.
Oh, hi, Mika. We have had a slight hiccup. Looks like Jacob forgot the #1 rule of a new PC build.
An offering before you start, or computer spirits drink your heart. He forgot the sacrifice.
You have to do the sacrifice.
Can we scold me later?
All right, I should cut loose while he's still got blood. Sit still, Jacob. I don't want to get any of our bones.
I'm loving how normal things are today. And a quick reminder.
Shitposts. Yes, about the fucking thing.
Go, Wizard.
What we got here? So you're just slapping your keyboard? What an interesting control schema. Ponicle presents Berserk or Die. Why did you put the background of Vampire Survivors there? Or is it because it's made by the same guy who makes Vampire Survivors? Honestly, that's a very interesting schema. Just slap the fucking keyboard and then throw your keyboard around like a goddamn hooligan. Interesting. And is this Risk of Rain? It looks like Risk of Rain. And now we're cut up to the official broadcast. Mycopunk. So basically the new Risk of Rain for people who are still upset about the fact that their game was ruined, I guess. July 10th.
Welcome, everyone.
Happy to be here.
Greetings, local life forms.
Delighted to meet you.
Open your mind.
This could be a party. We simply can't pass it up.
Up we go, Buckaroo!
Lippo Plus, for when you want something a little different.
Coming your way.
Now,
Hold on.
What's on your mind?
Aliens. The anomaly.
The bend.
We could theoretically send TV through it.
We already are.
The Bend is a planet-wide hallucination and a hoax.
Everybody seems so anxious to say something that they don't get their facts straight first.
Consider the Bend as a source of signal intrusions and dangerous interference.
The Bend is the future. It's our future.
Couldn't catch me zooming into any bend in space.
let us eagerly embrace
The abyss.
The Nether.
Dimension.
Television. Only on Blippo Plus.
What the fuck is Blippo Plus? And why should I care?
All those games have looked great, and wouldn't you know it, we've got even more to show you. Check this out.
Hey, I'm Felix Schade. I started Morbid Metal a few years ago as a solo dev, and what began as a small passion project has evolved into something far more ambitious. It hit Steam Early Access this summer, and I can't wait to show you more.
Okay.
Morbid Metal is a fast-paced, roguelite hack-and-slash that is built for intense combo-driven combat. You play as an advanced AI, trapped inside a deadly simulation. Your mission? Explore its beautiful and brutal iterations, grow stronger, and prove your worth to your creator. You'll control up to 3 characters.
Yes.
It's a bit like switching weapons in a shooter, except here, you're switching full-on playstyles. Each character has their own unique combat style and active abilities, which are unlocked as you explore the simulation. You can even chain attacks between different characters. Start with Vector to quickly dispatch enemies, switch to Flux for a flurry of hits, and finish your combo with Echo's special attack. Mastering each playstyle will be essential, as you'll face a variety of powerful enemies, each with their own attack patterns and weaknesses. And at the end of every biome, you'll face powerful bosses. These are dramatic, high-stakes encounters designed to be tough but rewarding.
Okay,
Each new
a
run
real video
reshapes
game.
The world. Layouts shift, enemy types change, and you'll have to adapt and make strategic choices to succeed. Choose character upgrades, buffs, or curses that change how you play. Some of these choices push you to take risks, others offer abilities, rewards, and modifiers, which alter your combat style, making each run truly unique. Play the free demo tomorrow during Steam Next Fest, and wishlist now.
Tomorrow. But August 20th, 2025, based.
For early access on August 20th.
Another one of these. Love Eternal. What the fuck does that mean? Also, ew. Celeste Deluxe. The worst thing. At least to me.
Good morning, Emberville. Today is the first day of our very own public bus service. The bus services will start in the tracks and ash tree, but will expand to more neighborhoods as passenger approvals roll in.
Another cozy game. And it's literally just city fucking planning, dude. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But if this game isn't good, I'm gonna be really angry.
The City Council says this will be the test to see if more public infrastructure is worth improving. So get out there, ride the bus, and let your voices be heard.
Bus bound.
Hey, Sean, should we see what's going on the factory floor? Make sure there's no production line issues holding up the rig?
Well, that's a great idea, and I've invented the perfect spy gadget for just that.
Hey, Sean, there is a big window right behind us. We could just look through that.
Oh, look through a window? What is this, the Stone Age?
You know, I'm pretty sure they didn't have windows in the Stone Age, Sean.
Why would I use an obsolete Stone Age technology when the wristwatch I invented is capable of tracking my steps and hacking into any camera system on the planet instantly? Well, I'm glad you like it, because I took the gift from me to gift from gift.
I want to fast forward into the future. Let me fast forward into the future past your skit.
A free trial for 7 days, but then it's only $9.99 a month after that. What? And look, two-factor authentication for safety. Two-factor. It's plot vision as a service.
I want to go back to where we were behind the broadcast and I could skip through their goddamn cringe. I don't want to be here. I want to know about the games. I don't care. Remember when we were watching the I3I, the III initiative, and there was no hosts? This is why that was good! I can't, man! Bro, come on! I don't care. I want to go back. Take me back to the III initiative. What month was that? Excuse me. Yes, the III initiative. That was a month ago. III initiative, come. Buy the show. Buy this show so I don't have to listen to this goddamn garbage. Please. Fucking shit. Atmosfar. Another autism simulator crafting game. This one we heard about from the last show. We actually heard about this one on the III initiative. This one is worth the money.
We better get to work.
Voidbreaker. I've played some of the demo. It's worth it. And it comes from PlayStack, which are the same people who are helping develop Balatro. So they have an eye for talent and work. Get it. Buy it. Get it. Buy it. Get it. Buy it. It's one of the few games in this show that's worth your goddamn investment. Get it. Buy it. Liking Mature 17 may contain an inappropriate concept for children. It's another gaming simulator, oh my god! But why would it not be safe for children? A cozy game isn't bad. Ah, that's why. Murder. I see. So it's one of those kinds of games, but this time you have people in it that look sexually attractive and hot, but it's dealing with hard elements. I see. I see. Trauma farming sims. Grave Seasons. Okay, thanks Blumhouse Games. I'm gonna show this one to Horror. She might like it, only because of the horror element, because it's coming from Blumhouse, but probably not.
You know, it's about time someone made a cozy life sim filled with supernatural horrors, just like my everyday to day life. And of course, it's from Blumhouse Games.
You know, I often felt that the only thing missing from Stardew Valley was the ever-present danger of murder. So this should hopefully scratch an itch.
And Grave Seasons isn't the only world premiere horror game we've got for you. Feast your eyes on this, if you dare.
On this most auspicious of nights, I would like to raise a toast. New friends, I bid you welcome to the club.
We've got to get out of here.
This will help.
I'll keep an eye out for anything dangerous. I'll check for anyone before.
A terrible curse has drawn you together, but fear threatens to drive you apart.
Did you seriously rob me? Is that blood? God, oh God!
Keep your cards close to your chest.
No, this isn't right.
For you'll need to decide who you can trust
Is somebody there?
before the rest of my guests arrive. One of my guests arrive. The rest
Fucking
of
shit.
my guests arrive.
Born of the Abyss, Vampire.
I'm trying to get shots of this so that I can show them to Horror.
Born of the Abyss, Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines unofficial patch, Doom 3 Phobos, and more mods join GOG. Pre-installed and ready to play, smooth as never before. Just add the mod to your library, click download, and install it. It's that simple. GOG has teamed up with modding communities to bring you iconic fan creations, switched by restoring cut content, fixing long-standing bugs, to introducing entirely new quests, characters, and experiences. Breathe new life into classic titles. Later this year.
Elder Scrolls Sky Oblivion.
Fast food, velocity noodles, fast food at its best.
Oh, here we go. A new game from the area of Hotline Miami. But this might actually be worth it. Deadwire. Based. And then Pinkham. Basically a crafting game. It's probably not all that bad, but boy, am I over the fucking shit of these crafting games, bro. Skip, skip, skip. Fuck!
My advanced spy technology of looking out the window, I think the rig is just about ready to boot up.
Just about ready to power this bad boy up. What do you think, J-Money?
She's ready to roar. Sean, would you like to do the honors?
Oh, you guys, I thought you'd never ask. Ugh. It's alive!
Please let this be the end of the show.
beautiful. It calls to me.
I love it more than any parent could love their child.
As a mother, I take offense to that. But in this case, I'll allow it. And if you are watching this now, this very PC could be yours. Mika, what do they need to know?
That's right, you could be the proud owner of the rig.
I want to tear my eyeballs out of my face. But because that means I would make myself blind and then I no longer get to stare at Star's titties, I'm not going to do that. I care more about gooning than about your bullshit slapstick. But also, if you're gonna build a fucking PC so that you can then try to fucking have to try and merch it off on people, maybe make several of them instead of holding us hostage with this garbage.
In all of its top-of-the-line AMD-powered gaming glory. All you need to do is follow the link below and fill out the PC Gaming Show survey, and you will be entered in a chance to win.
I mean, I'd like to enter myself, but I am public enemy #1 in 14 countries, and I'm not about to add another. So head on over to PCGamer.com/survey now. Get your hat in the ring.
So our build might be finished, but we've still got more games to show. So let's take a look.
That's nice. I don't care. Okay, Void Martyrs. That one is definitely of interest to me. I'm sending that one to Horror 2. And another one. Abyssus.
We're Play Fusion, a studio done playing by AAA rules who still believe games belong to players. Ascendant is an FPS capture the flag reimagining where strategy collides with chaos.
I super don't care.
It's like capture the flag on crack.
I super don't fucking care. Anything that is to spend on something like Tag, Capture the Flag, or King of the Hill that requires me to play in a group, I'm super fucking against, simply because I do not want to play a FGC system. I don't want to play a tournament LCS system. I don't want to play anything that has a MOBA design behind it that is going to make it less fun to be involved in the game process and try to make it into an esports adventure. I don't care. I don't care.
Edmund McMillan of The Binding of Isaac. This here's Tyler Glale.
Yeah.
We're coming to you from Santa Cruz, California.
Hometown.
Number 1, this is not a wig.
Yeah.
Number 2, we got a game coming out soon.
Yeah.
Here's the trailer.
Yeah.
What seems to be going on with the little guy?
Yeah, I think my cat's sick. Yeah.
So, you partnered with Papa Meat to make a video game. So that you're going to have a video game featuring the art of Meat Canyon. That's it.
He's got a broken neck, he has horrible IBS, his mouth and one of his ears are missing, his soul was removed by a Kandarian demon.
What was that last one?
He's taken a shotgun to the face a couple times.
What?
He's got rabies, I'm pretty sure, and he's made a deal with the devil. He was stabbed repeatedly in the neck, chest, face, and hair. He's incredibly dehydrated. He has depression. Who doesn't nowadays, right? He appears to have a conjoined twin. I don't really. He has a gambling addiction. He was probed by aliens. He was mauled by a large headless beast. His tail appears to be growing ahead. He has ADHD. He got into a fight with a dog.
Eugenics, coming to Steam February 10th, 2026.
I'm completely tapped out as it is on the fucking humor. So technically, this should be up there with us celebrating as though If Only Plays made a video game. But, okay. Binding of Isaac creator creates a video game by the name of Eugenics. What is it actually, though? I saw what looked like a board system. Is it a board minigame? It must be roguelike by the simple nature that it's McMullen making a video games featuring Nicholas. So it might be Binding of Isaac humor-like, but it's possibly also the art style of Meat Canyon, so who knows? You'd think that it'd have more excitement behind it, but it's just lame, dude. It's just fucking lame. It's so fucking lame. If it's a turn-based tactics board game, I can see the future behind it, but it also looks like a game that is being supported by a creator that wants their new popular thing to possibly succeed, and it wouldn't succeed by the nature of how lame it was on how it was featured. Dog shit. Dog shit.
Magnificent games and
No, 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 no.
Paul Mason, 34, former surgeon at Westwood Hospital. You've been brought here to perform a surgery. Paul Mason, former surgeon at Westwood Hospital.
I don't know how, but I think we've done this already. Oh, there's a way out of here.
Okay. So we've got a video game called Dead Reset. It features a death reset mechanic, and it's going to be you fighting your way out of a situation. Can I get some gameplay? Oh no, because it's an interactive horror game. Okay. So it's a movie game. I guess. I'll send that one to horror too. Another cozy game. Where will your legs take you? Burn Band. I will not wish listed on Steam, for I do not like cozy games, game show. A Castle on Wheels roguelike where you consume and fight and grow big and bigger. Got a loadout system. You pillage. Wanderberg. So if somebody took itch.io and they used that competitive grow larger nature to basically create a roguelike system where you design your own consumable moving castle and you try to survive for as long as you possibly can while growing bigger. That's entertaining enough, but I don't think it raises piqued interest.
What a spectacular show.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
We have just got to crack it open. I've left a special farewell message for the viewers. Oop. Yeah, this is just a normal keyboard. It's Jim's from accounting.
Poor guy.
To everyone.
And Jacob
turns into
everyone. me when.
Hello.
It's over. I want to die. Seriously, every time they do this goddamn show, I always want to fucking die. I always want to die, boys. Boys, I always want to die. Please stop making skits. Please stop making skits. Why did you waste a keyboard for the purposes of a shitpost? I hate everyone who was involved in these decisions. Every single person who was involved in these decisions, I hate them. I hate them collectively. I hate them all. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? No? Okay. Did they put a link for that wish list? Let's find out. It doesn't look like it. PC Gamer. PC Gaming Show. PC Gaming Show wish list. PC Gaming Show. How to sign up. Home. Nope. Wish list. Lord have mercy. Okay. I don't know, Struggler. I can't answer that question. My standard answer is I'd say something like fucking normies. But the page as it exists for PC Gaming Show on Steam looks really shit in terms of sales. So let's go back a little bit here to one of these moments where they fucking featured it. Because they did shout it out multiple times during the show.
What I did.
This, quite frankly, is probably the worst part of PC Gamer's award ceremony every time. They always want to put out a bunch of bullshit.
Stale in the cookie, but
fresh in the cream.
Fresh in the cream.
They always want to put out a bunch of bullshit, but they never actually make sure you know where to go to find the shit that you actually are interested in watching. The skits mean that you're being sold something all the fucking time, and then when you just want to be able to look at the concessions of what's happening through the show, they make it harder to be interested than easier to be interested. And it gives me fucking gut pain. Fucking hell. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find that list, and in the server, I'm going to put it down inside of gaming for those that want to see it, if they want to see the wish list directly. As for everyone else, I'm going off. But let me read this. Exo Crusher. Listen, all of you are negative Nancy's. The Cozy Crafting Autism 4X games will thrive. Give it the times, old men and women. Yeah, there are a few games I like, but yeah, it was bad. Fucking hell. Why is Persona 4 Golden on the gaming show list? I couldn't tell you. It was because of an announcement in the game box. Okay. That will make more sense when I see that in real time. However, I will be leaving now. I am going to go find the link. I'm going to link it inside the Discord while I work on next project today. We might not even get the ability to watch them before, but we'll see what happens, and we'll also see how I feel when it comes time for the Death Stranding 2 stream. I might not do it simply by the nature of how much energy they just fucking stripped out of me with this. Fucking God! These people take all the fun out of everything. Alright, chat. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.